Oh man, it is great being a brand new comedian and they're like, hey, you get to go longer this time. Fantastic. Everybody tonight has been so funny, but I've just had a hard time focusing because of the dart machine right there. They keep playing videos of like the regional conferences in Minnesota and shit. It's like, September 27th, and it's just a bunch of guys drinking Coronas in a Holiday Inn convention center. And they're all wearing those shirts that, you know, like pool teams and dart teams wear that say like, I've got a Mustang and a couple kids, and I haven't put very much work into any of them. So I'm brand new to Denver. I've been sleeping on a friend's couch the last couple weeks, and I'll tell you this. Jerking off in a house with 3 other people is like Ocean's 11. But I finally got my own place. It's really nice. I like it. There's only one weird thing about it. So my heat lamp, or my bathroom has a heat lamp in it, because apparently I'm the Queen of England. But the wiring got screwed up somehow. Now when I turn on the bathroom light, the heat lamp comes on too. And now every time I take a shit, I know what it's like to be a dog locked in a car. So, I also, for my bathroom, the first thing I did when I moved in was I invested in this thing called Poopery. It's like the latest in air freshening technology, I guess. So what it is you spray it on the water before you go, and it's supposed to lock in the flavor, I guess. So I bought vanilla mint, and the first time I tried it, I have to say I wasn't really impressed. So have you guys ever brushed your teeth and then drank orange juice right after? It's a lot like that.
It is like that.
So I moved here from a pretty small town in Nebraska. It was the kind of town where kids used to charge each other $5 to get pushed down the stairs in the dog kennel. I'm pretty sure it was the same $5 too. They just kept passing it back and forth. So when I lived there, I was working as a bartender at the local golf course. And when you work at a golf course in Nebraska, I've never seen so many white men try so hard to not say the N-word. And I'd just be behind the bar like, all right, that's your second N-word. No more Michelob Ultra for you. You're cut off. I've kind of been all over the place. Like before that, I was living in Ithaca, New York. I was on an internship. This was a few years ago. And Ithaca, if you've never heard of Ithaca, it's kind of like a UFO picked up Berkeley and dropped it in the middle of a forest. So it's just like trees, 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 Berkeley, trees. And I lived out in this area. So I was about 10 miles outside of town, and I started talking on Tinder with this nice girl. And this is the reason I never want to go back to Ithaca. I burned all my bridges. So I was talking on Tinder with this nice girl who went to Cornell, which is in town. And so I've been talking to her for about a week. But this one particular night, I was focused on the greatest invention of the 21st century, which is Fallout 4. So I'm saving civilization and just slamming amaretto sours while I do it. And she texts me and says she's horny. And I text her back and say, let me find a slang dictionary. And I text her back a couple minutes later and say, all right, I think I know what the problem is. I think I can help with that. So I'm up to my eyeballs in DiSerrano, and I download Uber. And I type in my address, and it says no rides available in your location. It's like, all right, that's weird. But there's always Lyft, so I download Lyft. This time, it tells me there are no rides in your location, and it pops up a little link. And I click it, and it's a New York Times article about how the taxi cab unions won't let Uber and Lyft operate in upstate New York. And the actual taxis in Forest, Berkeley don't go out that far. So I call her and I say, hey, I'd love to come over, but if I try to drive, I'm going to either die or get arrested. And she never talked to me again. And that was the story of how I got cock-blocked by New York taxi cab unions. So, I don't know where I'm at on time, but just one more thing before I go. I'm trying to get this project off the ground, so I'm looking for investors. It's the WWF. It's the World Wildlife Wrestling Federation. So we're going to have all the good events, you know, the tranquilizer death match, the uncomfortably small cage match, and my personal favorite, 2 pandas enter, 1 panda leaves. Alright, that's all I got. Thank you guys.
Make some noise, everybody. One more round of applause.